A 102.9 KARN with Scott Romine.
Hey, we're talking with Shawn Maves. We've had a big loss in the bodybuilding world lately. Dave Draper was actually one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's heroes. Dave actually predates Arnold. He's a classic, iconic golden era bodybuilding. What do you remember about Dave?
Yeah, I know it's a sad loss. First my heart goes out to the family, friends, and the fans of Dave. Dave was an iconic golden era bodybuilder, mid-60s, early 70s. He had a short career. He did a little bit of TV and movies, rather. He inspired a lot of people back then, and he was kind of one of the pioneers in the sport. And, it's sad to see him go. He's 79 years old.
I've always heard that he kind of, once he was done with it, he was done. I mean, he stopped competing, I think, before he was even 30 years old, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Dave had a short career, 28 years old when he stopped, and his last contest was 1970. 63 was 21 years old when he won Mr. New Jersey title. 63, moved out to Santa Monica. He got a job with Joe Weider. Kind of an interesting story. He had started off small with Joe Weider on his warehouse in Union City, Palisades Avenue. He was doing some work for him, and I guess Joe's seen something in him, and he hired him to come out to California. The next thing you know, he's winning bodybuilding contests. 65, Mr. America. 66, Mr. Universe. 67, he had a contract with MGM, and he was off to the races.
Now, I want to say that he did later dabble in drugs or get off in the drug world and then come back to Christianity later in life. Is that right?
Yeah, Dave's been pretty open on DaveDraper.com. I got a lot of information off there. 83, he had a congestive heart failure, spent time in the ICU. He flatlined, actually. And he was laid off for 3 months, lost 50 pounds. Dave was back in the gym after that, but it was a slow recovery. And these are Dave's words. He says on DaveDraper.com, I wandered after heavy exposure to the devil's world in Venice during the 60s when sinful freedoms ruled. Those are insightful words. I guess Dave, had to be taken to the edge. And sadly, he was admitted in the ICU. And that's when he kind of made a turn in his life, came back to Christianity, and started living a clean life. And, apparently Dave was in good shape right up to about a year before he passed away. He was doing weights. He actually owned a gym in Santa Cruz for 15 years, from 1990 to 2005. So Dave kept in shape right to the end.
His working out and all that must have been incredible for recovery. I mean, you're thinking the guy just passed away. This terrible heart incident was in 1983.
83, and 3 months he was laid off, and 50 pounds weight loss. But he's been pretty honest on DaveDraper.com. He admits for 20 years he dabbled in alcohol. Well, he actually more than dabbled. He said he was a self-admitted alcoholic, and but the thing is, it's never too late to make a U-turn. And the Dave Draper story is a great story. It's a story of redemption. It's a story of highs and lows, and he ends up being a great writer, and got TV. I just love guys, Scott, who transcend their sports, like who do more than just, if you're a bodybuilder, more than just going to the contest. Like Dave really transcended the sport, and got involved with being a writer and in TV and movies, and great story, Dave Draper.
Yeah, it's not many guys like Dave or Arnold that see the end of the bodybuilding and turn it into something else. They know you can only go so far with that. Hey, let's make it into a movie career or owning a gym or something. I mean, Dave was great at this. I mean, what did he have? Like 4 published books?
Yeah, 4 published books, and a great writer. Dave Draper will be missed by the bodybuilding communities. 79. We see guys passing a lot bigger than that, but it's still sad when somebody passes away. Yes, it goes out to Larry, his widow, and the family and the fans.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you so much, Shawn Maves. We'll be right back here on Gwatney Unplugged.